Welcome back to Rack Time with Chris and Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
We want to talk a little bit about antler growth. He brought it up in the last video. I kind of didn't want to get sidetracked with it in the last video. It's kind of why we kind of strayed from it. But he brought up natural mineral and these horn. And I gave my opinion in the last video about age and what these deer do from year to year. And we was talking about 4.5, 5.5, even 6.5. And I have, this is a buck I want to talk about in a minute. I had a lot of history with this deer. It's 3 years. I had 4 years history with him. I think that deer actually passed away. He had a double beam and some trash. He broke a brow.
Squirrels.
But the squirrels got this one pretty good. I actually found that one a year later, 2 years later, not 20 or 30 yards from where I found the double beam side. That's a 4.5-year-old buck right there, and had all that character. I rattled that buck in, and I actually had him walk under me at 14 yards. Had another 8-point there. It's a great show. They snort wheeze at each other and kind of squared each other up, and just he knew that he was the older deer, and the other one I think was only be a 3-year-old, and they kind of just broke off. And I let him walk at 14 yards because I was hunting a bigger deer. I was hunting a more mature deer, 6.5, 7.5-year-old deer. Had a really good frame. It was a 9-point. Shouldn't have passed that deer. After that year, I made up my mind as that deer was walking away. I said, I just made a bad decision of letting that deer walk because he may never be that good again. Well, fast forward, no, that's the last set.
This one.
I couldn't find a match. I really looked hard for the match, but as you can see, that deer, he put on a good forward with this one. He lost all that double beam. He lost all that character that he had. I mean, he's too shrink. He lost all that character. The only thing he really added, about the same threes, he added a good forward on that side, and maybe a little more mass. And then you go on up to a 6.5.
Put that on the other side.
I mean, and well, this is 6.5, 5.5. He's got maybe a little more mass, better forward. But look where he lost all that character.
Yeah.
4.5, I should have killed him.
Yep.
I mean, a great deer, not no, record book deer, but for this area, a great deer. I shouldn't let him walk. I should have took him because he never put that back on.
I think it's crazy.
He never added that double beam back on his rack. He always had his trash.
It's like a big hook.
He always had that trash on his bases like he did here, but that's the best year he had it. And I mean, this match right here, he just lost it all. I mean, great deer, 6.5-year-old, he just lost it all.
So now, what actually happens whenever they grow these freaky horns? Because I know it's the mineral that they're eating.
Some people say it's injury. Some people say, I mean, my opinion, it's all about their stress levels, their intake of food through the summer months, putting all that. Man, these deer, they have to be unpressured. I think if a deer is stressed and it's bumped a lot, it causes horn growth to be affected. You bring up mineral. For the last 3 years now, this is going to be one of our biggest topics, and I really want to bring this across, man. I want to get this out there. It's my buddy Lloyd Blackwood is a friend of mine. He's from actually North Carolina, and he's on a hunt lease here with us in Logan County, Logan County, and he's been such a blessing in my life. He's really helped me out with whitetail deer. He's turned me on to food plots, and we're actually a part of the lease now that we do food plots now, and he's done all You know, he's got the seed out here. He's got a tractor. He's got everything for the tractor that it takes to get this stuff done. And he's really, you know, done his part. I've done a lot of back-breaking work, which he's helped in a lot of ways. But he's supplied a lot of stuff to get this going. And the food plots, he told me, would change the game. But, you know, I love watching these whitetail grow from the time I pick these up.
Yeah.
I like seeing the process from month to month throughout the spring and summer, and you know, I have used many products for years. I'll be 43 years old this October, and
Young pup.
I've used a lot of product, and Lloyd and I talked. And I don't want to name names, but we was using this specific product, and they couldn't get a response from these people. And you know, we're going to buy a lot. I mean, this is something we're going to do year round, and we're going to have multiple spots. You got to have a lot of product. Oh, so yeah. I mean, we wanted to buy a whole pallet of mineral or product, and Lloyd said, "Well, I'll find us something." And he got to researching and looking around, and he contacted this guy, and he said, "I tell you what," he said, "talk to me." He said, "Explain your product. Let me know what you got and if it's legit." And this guy's name is Roger Perry. We have become great friends in the last 3 years, all because of Lloyd. Yeah. Research, looking for. Thank God for Lloyd, because he really dug into it and found someone who was obsessed with whitetail as much as we were. So he finds this guy named Roger Perry, and he's the owner of P&R Whitetail Supreme. And I don't want to get too deep into his product, but because I'm actually going to have him here in our next video, hopefully, and I want him.
Yep.
I want him to explain his product. But best on the market, my opinion, I run cameras, hundreds of cameras year round. I am yet to find a product, and I'm not blowing smoke. I have pictures to back this up. You've seen it.
Yep.
I mean, you've seen what this deer.
You just think boosting a product. You don't want to just sell this product to everybody. Right. You want to show the proof.
I want to show it
of one that actually works.
Yeah. We were wanting something to actually help these deer, not only to be an attractant, but a supplement. You know what I mean? To help the growth of the
body
antler.
Growth, antlers.
To help these deer stay healthy year round, because what we were talking about, this 4.5, their best year, I'm hoping, I mean, we're 2 years in, I've known him for 3 years, but I've really been using this product the last 2 years. I'm hoping, and we are seeing some results, that we can give these deer what they need after that 4.5-year-old, after that real tough rut. You know, they're so run down, that we can give them what they need to build back and to build back better, to be stronger and to be more healthy when they come, you know, 5.5-year-old, when they should have the best rack of their life.
Does it put the calcium back into their horns that they end up losing?
I want to let him explain his product. I do know this. It has everything these whitetail need to be healthy. The protein feed that he has, the protein block that he has, the mineral. If you use those three in combination, we can grow some amazing whitetail. This mineral has stuff in it that worms these deer. Whitetail are just like, you know, they're just like any other, you know, like our dogs and our cats or whatever, man. They get worms throughout the summer months, and you know, that takes from them. And this product, if you're putting this product to them, man, I got whitetail right now that look like they're 300 pounds. They're just so healthy and just plump. You know what I mean? most time in the summer months, you see these deer and you can see their ribs and just
See that skinny neck on them.
This deer right here, when we got a hold of Roger, and I have pictures to prove this. This deer right here, when he was 5.5, I thought he was dead. He showed up in June, early June, and he was a rack of bones. I got pictures, his spine was sticking up this high. And I was like, man, that deer is sick. I mean, that deer is going to die if I don't get something to him that'll help him. So that's kind of the time that we got a hold of Roger, and I had that on hand. I got his mineral out here, got it on hand, and I started laying it to him. I got pictures in 1 month's time. That deer transformed into a giant.
Take credit.
I know it was. I'm such a believer in his product.
Yep.
And I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not here trying to sell a product. I'm here to tell you the truth. Worldwide, his product is the best on the market, in my opinion.
It's the best I've seen.
Just because it gives the deer what they need. It's not just a bag of salt, just an attractant with some flavoring in it to get the deer in front of the camera. This product gives the deer what they need to grow. I have proof, pictures of bucks that will stand there up to 6 hours.
Yep.
I mean, they may walk away for a minute or two, but they're right back with their nose in that mineral site, licking their nose, tongue stuck out that far. They love it. They love it.
That'd be a good product, for their later on in their life. Just like this deer in front of you, like we was talking about the Big Joe earlier. In order to grow these deer, you got to give them special minerals, the calcium.
A little bit of extra.
Yeah.
This deer is, like I said, he's ancient. I knew about this deer that year right there, but you see the squirrels got him really, really good.
You can still tell all about the horn though.
But you can still tell that deer was an absolute.
He was a giant.
He was just a stud. That was I write the dates on him. That was 2020, so that was 2019. Rat right there. I found it in 20 during turkey season, and I'm assuming that the squirrels just destroyed the other one. There's nothing left of the other one.
Well, just like anything else, squirrels go get their minerals too.
Yeah, but this here was actually 20 shed. So this was the next year. I found in 21. That was his 20 shed. I found in 21.
You look there, what, bud?
I mean, he's just a stud. And then I did not find 21 sheds in 22. Somehow, I don't know, but kind of the same area every time. And funny story on this on this set, he actually turned into a 9-point that year. He lost that forward on his right side, but he's still
A big kicker on the side.
he put on a kicker here. And then last year, if you remember, he had extra trash.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was bigger than this. We got pictures of him.
I have a behind picture of him, and he's gained 2 more stickers on this left side right
And,
here.
we've been giving this deer that product for a couple of years now. I know he's been on it. And but story about these horns here. This was actually 23. This is his 22 set. I'd walked 12 miles in Logan County, and just some new spots, looking for some horn, and I was busting, man. I hadn't found anything, and I come home, and I just got in the house, and my brother, we like rabbit, we run our dogs in January, February, rabbit dogs, and he calls me up and he's like, hey, let's go run the dogs. And I was like, man, I'm busted. It was, evening time. And I said, I've already walked 12 miles, man. I'm wore out. He said, we won't walk a whole lot. He said, we'll just stay on the side by side and just listen to him run. And I said, that I can't come back there and and sit on the side by side. I'm gonna have to walk around, and you know, because I'm running those dogs, and I'm just scouting, looking for deer sign and looking for bone. Lo and behold, man, we start running those dogs, and they're burning the fur off a rabbit, and I said, I'll walk around, look around a little bit, and I'm telling you what, I walked right up on this set. And I wasn't there 15 minutes, and he was in awe. He's like, I can't believe that you did that.
How far apart was those?
These two were side by side, these two were side by side. So I'm assuming when he lost this one, they were side by side, the squirrels got it. But these are about 5 foot apart. Them there was probably 2 foot apart. And I was just, my mind was blown. But these deer, he loses them in the same spot.
Now, just out of curiosity, how close was that to my stand?
It's in the area.
Maybe you ain't going down.
No. What kind of hunter tells all these secrets?
Yeah, I thought we was friends.
You're close. You're close.
But I tell you, man, I can imagine, you know, you walking 12 miles. I've walked, I'd say we put in a good 8 that day. And you killed me out. I remember we got back up to the truck and we chugged 3 of those big old Gatorades.
Yeah. I was just joking with you. I was like, we'll go hit the other side now. And he's like, no, I'm not.
I'll tell you right now.
But I have been blessed finding these horns. I've just about love it as much as I do chasing these whitetail. Just the history with them and keeping up with these sheds year after year, and just watching these deer, what they do and how they grow. It's just fun from year to year to see. It's always exciting to go check a trail cam that you haven't been to in a couple of weeks, just to see what they've done. But you know, this thing we're going to get on later on down the road is trail cameras. You know, cell cameras. It's kind of a new. It's the new thing now. Yeah. It's a new trend. So
Tacticam.
Yeah, we're Tacticam fans. I really like the Tacticam. I just bought the new Tacticam Pro, and I really love the quality of the pictures. And we'll discuss that in a later video. We'll discuss cameras. And
I'll tell you, man, you got these sheds that he has. I mean, it takes time to find these. It ain't like being out in the farmlands where you can just ride side by side or a four-wheeler or be on your tractor out there and all of a sudden look down and see a deer horn. I mean, or go to a fence line and see where they jump the fence. It ain't like that. I mean, we have mountains, all right, and it's tough to scale up these mountains, especially fall on this one, okay? But the hours and days that he has put in every one of these horns, that shows you the passion and how hard the passion drives. You know, we really love deer hunting, and what this is all about, we're just wanting to reach out to other hunters and get their input on a few things, and you know, let them know stuff that they probably don't know, and let us know stuff that we don't know.
all right.
Like this mineral. But yeah.
Next episode, we're gonna have Roger in here, and we're gonna really get in. We're gonna dig into his product and let him tell you all about it. But he's an awesome guy. Like I say, we've become great friends, and he has a great product. And I would really love to see it all over this state. Not only this state, but other states.
Help other deer.
Just to help your herd.
Yep.
Get these deer healthy. I couldn't imagine in this Iowa
They grow big bucks.
Oh, they do. But if imagine what they could do if they give them this product. I mean, it'd be
ridiculous.
A shot of steroids to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And give them that boost. Yeah. If only Lee and Tiffany could get a hold of this PR Whitetail Supreme, amen.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. But it's been fun. We've enjoyed chatting.
It's been all right.
And there's no doubt that we could talk for days about whitetail deer.
Well, that's what we're doing is get it out of our system.
Yeah, get it out of our system. Maybe my wife will not hear me talk about it as much at the house if we talk about it down here in the garage.
Could be.
But it's been fun. We hope you enjoyed this. Until next time.
It's rack time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button.